Week 1 of the NFL season is over, and man, oh man, did some stuff happen. Great week of football, great week. So let's recap it. Starting with our upsets of the week. Mason, I'll let you take this first one over.
Man, the Bengals losing a disappointing game against the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
They played awfully.
Horribly.
It was just so bad. I don't even know how to explain it, but Joe Burrow didn't perform.
Oh, yeah.
Neither did
anyone.
Any other player on the Bengals offense. Same with their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots didn't really do amazing offensively. They just did better, and that's all that mattered.
Oh, yeah. Patriots, their offense was but Ramondre Stevenson did good. He had a lot of rushing yards because the Bengals didn't have a lot of defense. And then for the other upset is the Falcons losing to the Steelers, which isn't like the craziest upset, but it's more in how bad the Falcons were because everyone's expecting them to come in this year being this superpower, like God.
We all thought Kirk Cousins was going to be amazing, and then he went out there and he threw 2 picks.
And did nothing else.
Like under 200 yards. Like, wow, dude. Like, we expected a ton more. Yeah. I was watching this video, and they were like, they didn't even trust Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was like, if you look at Kirk Cousins, he's good when he plays in play action. They didn't play action at all because they don't trust him to move.
Yeah, which is crazy. So hopefully they give him more trust throughout the year.
Yeah, well, and another thing to mention too, the Steelers didn't score a touchdown. No touchdowns. 6 field goals. Chris Boswell is the MVP.
He is.
So
he's the true person in that offense that matters.
I think another thing to mention too is that Justin Fields won the starting role for next week too. So
he has it locked in for week 2, which is crazy to think. But
that's crazy to think.
Other things that are crazy is our week 1 winners. We did 68% this week.
Yeah,
our only picks that were wrong is we had the Giants beating the Vikings, which didn't happen. Everyone had the Bengals beating the Patriots. We had the Falcons. We had the Ravens beating the Chiefs, and we had the Jets beating the 49ers. None of those happened, but everything else we were right on. If you don't believe that this thing is right, go watch other videos because they're there.
Exactly.
All of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so 68 is not bad.
The Jets were super disappointing, man.
Yeah.
They were super disappointing.
Jets.
Anyways.
But that's on this one right here, which is our surprising performances. These are the good ones. These are the people that came out and really showed us that we were wrong about them.
Yeah, the Vikings, dude. They put up 28 points.
Sam Darnold was him, kind of.
Their defense really showed out. So,
yeah, they showed that they're not awful.
Yeah.
Let me say, they were playing the Giants. So that could change drastically very quickly.
The way Daniel Jones played, dude, the Panthers might be better than the Giants, man.
Daniel Jones he had his own fans burning his jerseys. That's how you know something's wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Then next surprising performance was the Steelers. We already kind of covered them.
Out, so
their defense played good. Chris Boswell with 18 points is crazy. Yeah, their offense did better than you would have expected against the Falcons defense, considering how much they buffed it up. But other than that, another game being the Bills and Cardinals. Both teams were very surprising.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals went out there and they started off with a 17-3 lead
at half. Yeah, they were cooked up. And I watched that whole game.
I don't think you talk about Josh Allen's response.
Josh Allen, he came out there and he joshed all over the Cardinals. What was the score, like 34-28 at the end?
Yeah, it was
something like that. It was, but he came out and like James Cook was crazy. Josh Allen's insane still. His receivers looked good. Both the defenses looked kind of. But they also both look decent. Like Bills had I think they had 3 sacks minimum at least. Cardinals defense also had some sacks, I think.
Yeah, each of their defenses, obviously, they each allowed almost 30 points. That's unacceptable if you're in defense.
It was just some elite quarterback play from the Bills, and Kyler Murray actually looking decent for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
And obviously just good performances from the running backs. Kyler Murray didn't really pass much. Or like no
Really?
Marvin Harrison had I think like 2 targets.
Well, Marvin Harrison had 1 reception for 4 yards.
Yeah.
So
Trey McBride got a few. Actually, Michael Wilson, I think it is. He did good.
well, that Dortch,
Yeah.
he was the Cardinals player of the game.
So yeah, there might be a chance for the Cardinals to get 3 wins this season.
Maybe.
Then another team that might get 3 wins this season is the Patriots. They already went over them.
Started off with a win.
Yeah.
Okay, Gerard Mayo started off with.
Yeah, a win.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
Yeah,
we're not going to talk much about that since we already mentioned it earlier. But they played really good all around, offense and defense. Especially defensively against Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, who are 2 of the tops at their positions.
So historically, Joe Burrow is not very good in the first 2 weeks of the season. But
So we'll see. And then the Colts, obviously the Colts need to be on here. They lost, but they played so good. Jonathan Taylor didn't do much.
Anthony Richardson was under 50%. Was under 50% and threw for 212 yards.
Yeah, no,
on 9 passes. On 9 passes,
falling backwards, throw an 88-yard dime. He's I don't know. Anthony Richardson is.
That was more of a 60-yard.
Sorry. But Anthony Richardson looks like he'll be good. He can run. He can scramble. He didn't get hurt. Oh, that's a good start.
He did throw a pick.
Their defense looked really good too. I mean, they're playing the Texans, so you're playing one of the top offenses in the league, and they look decent. They let up a lot of points, but like, it's gonna happen. But then let's move on to our bad performances.
Yes.
We're not even gonna comment on the Panthers. That was just a joke. They look worse than they did last year, which is
you have 30 points in the first half, dude.
Yeah,
like
to the Saints.
Yeah, to the New Orleans Saints. Like the New Orleans Saints aren't even they aren't even playoff contenders in my opinion. But whatever.
They made Derek Carr look like a Pro Bowl quarterback. But we'll move on because that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Jets.
The Jets got ran over by Jordan Mason, he's an UDFA, who from 3 years ago, that has gotten an average of 3 carries a game,
and he came out and dropped 150 yards on him or something. And
147. 147.
Yeah, it's
1
insane.
touchdown.
I don't know how they looked that up. Their offense looked. They don't look awful. Brees Hall looked really good.
Honestly, Aaron Rodgers looked phenomenal.
Aaron Rodgers. I think once they
Brees Hall was underwhelming.
I thought he did. He got me a lot of points in fantasy. He got me 18. That's all I look at.
He got a touchdown, but he was good receiving.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really good in the run.
In all fairness, that he is playing probably the #1 rush defense in the league, or run defense in the league, up there. So you gotta. They're not gonna. They have a very easy schedule this year. So, anyways, Falcons. We already went over them. We already went over the.
Yeah,
Bengals.
we're not gonna talk about those two. That you already know.
Giants. It was just. So, I'm so sorry if you're a Giants fan. We don't got anything else to say about them.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You get manhandled by the Vikings, who have literally lost almost all their weapons except for Justin Jefferson.
And actually, wait till the Germany game. We have Giants and Panthers.
Oh wow!
It's like punishment for World War II. It's crazy.
But then, I'm not watching that one.
So our current contenders right now. These are our playoff / Super Bowl. Probably more Super Bowl contenders is what it is.
Yeah,
because these are all playoff
after
teams.
After week one, it's gonna be pretty broad. There's plenty in there, but as the season goes on, it'll definitely narrow down.
But
I see some new contenders.
Yeah,
I see some drop out. Exactly. You will see some drop out.
Yeah, but right now, obviously, the 2 former Super Bowl contenders, the Chiefs and 49ers, because they're the same teams but better. Cowboys looked really good.
Yeah, against the Browns. And to be fair, the Browns defense, I still think are amazing. They just were on the field a lot, and it's hard to be a good defense when you're on the field 90% of the game. So,
yeah. Well, then we'll move.
Yeah, whatever.
The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, 289 yards and 4 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield proved that he is an MVP caliber QB.
Yeah, well, that was a joke. MVP caliber performance for one game.
But Baker has it in him to bring him to a Super Bowl. I can tell. The Lions, obviously, Jameson Williams
Yeah.
showed that they have 2 wide receivers
Yeah.
now, which is crazy.
Well, Amon-Ra had like 14 yards.
Yeah, he didn't do much, but Jameson Williams had like what, over 100, I think.
Yeah, he had 120, I think.
Yeah, he was insane. Jared Goff proved that he's decent-ish. I think
Jared Goff played mid. I'm not gonna lie.
But let me add this: Jared Goff is, I want to say, the most situational quarterback in the league, because he will either play horrible or literally better than Tom Brady. It just comes down to the scenario.
Wow, wild. All right.
Down 2 touchdowns against the Packers.
I'm gonna stop Brody where he's at, because that is a wild take. Moving on to the Texans. The Texans played amazing in week 1.
And that being said, they're playing the Colts. They almost always play worse against the Colts. But they prove that Stroud is still he's gonna win MVP in his career. Unless he gets hurt, he's winning an MVP.
Yeah.
Like, he's on the ground and he threw a first down pass. That was crazy.
That's insane.
Joe Mixon is he put up 150 rushing yards. So they're gonna
160.
Yeah, they are. I want to say, out of every team on here, the Texans and the Chiefs are probably the 2 most likely to win the Super Bowl, or the 49ers. One of those 3 as it stands.
It's gotta be like, you can't say Texans and the Chiefs because they're in the same side.
They're gonna go to the AFC Championship though.
Obviously, we have the Ravens down there in the bottom left. They lost and they were looking pretty sloppy, but you can say, like, okay, if they figure out their offensive line situation, that they will be fine. But
and their rushing situation, give Derrick Henry the ball more.
Yeah, go watch my review on that, dude.
Yeah, go watch it. Their defense looked good though. Their defense did play pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just their offense
besides the wide open touchdown pass.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll move on past that. We got the our absolutely 0 chances this year. I mean, these 2 teams are just awful. Like, I'd be surprised. Honestly, I could see 2 winless seasons this year.
Maybe. Well, do they play each other?
They do. Shoot, 1 winless season this year.
Yeah.
That's from one of these 2.
So you're gonna be seeing, like, when that Germany game you were talking about. You're gonna be watching the battle for the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much, actually. See who's gonna take Shedeur Sanders at 1.
Right.
I could see the Panthers drafting a QB with their number 1 if they get it the third year in a row.
Sanders? No, they wouldn't have drafted a QB with number 1.
I don't know, dude. They're very stubborn. Let's move on. This is the injuries for the week, the most relevant ones.
All right, let me add this one.
He's a Bears
Jordan
fan.
Love. Thank God he's out for 3 to 6 weeks. Guess who's his replacement?
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis is not a winner, man. He is not a winner. So depending on who they play throughout these 3 to 6 weeks, we could be looking at a lot of losses for the Packers.
Yep.
Puka, you can have the next 2, but
all right, I'll get the middle 2. Puka Nacua is out for at least 4 weeks with, I believe, an MCL sprain. Is that right?
My fantasy.
Yeah,
that's I don't know what it is for him.
First round draft pick in fantasy this year is just gonna kill people's teams. But I mean, Puka, he'll be back. So this isn't a season-ending injury, but the Rams are gonna have a rough go for these next couple weeks. Even though their team looks pretty good all around, they have a lot of receivers, honestly.
Well, actually, that Tyler Johnson kid, he balled.
He did look good. Then let's get over to the main man himself. Deshaun Watson's being sued yet again for sexual assault and battery. So
I don't even know how you can find him innocent at this point. Like,
yeah, it's like P. Diddy, man. Yeah. So if he gets, who knows? He could be suspended. He could be kicked from the league.
He should be.
Honestly, dude, put Jameis Winston in there.
He should be in jail, dude.
Honestly, yeah. Get him off the field.
Locked away.
I'll let you get a Doomsday. We're on 15 minutes, though. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go a little quicker with these last couple
15
slides.
15 minutes. That's like a normal video.
Yeah, go.
Okay, Doomsday, he was said to get hurt during a blocking play, I believe. It's an MCL sprain, so he's out like 1 to 4 weeks. It depends on how he's feeling, but it was like a grade 1, so it wasn't really like too serious.
Yeah. All
There you
right.
go.
That's our injuries for the week, the relevant injuries.
Yep.
And then now we have the wheel spin. And what this section entails is every single week before the week, we are going to spin the wheel, and that team is the team we are going to follow
I
for the
think
week. This
I
is
believe
in
I
the
have
recap.
a wheel.
All right,
I believe I have,
I got one on my computer. We'll just do that. But this is the yeah. So we're gonna spin this wheel to see what team that next week we're gonna do a little spotlight on, say how they played, quarterback yards, whatever, give some stats out. And the team that we're gonna follow for this next week of football is
wow.
and wow, okay, this is great.
On one, baby.
The Atlanta Falcons.
All right.
So yeah, you'll be hearing how good or bad Kirk plays. They're playing the Eagles too. Actually, they get a primetime game.
Ooh.
Um,
They playing on Monday?
yeah. Oh yeah, so you'll be seeing. We'll do this in the recaps every time we'll give these. So yeah,
Yeah.
you'll hear our hatred there for the Eagles probably, or not hatred for the. I don't know what I'm saying. Well,
What are
yeah.
you saying? Okay, let's just move on.
All right, and as we said, we're going to be following the Falcons this next week, which will
Yep.
be interesting to see considering how much of a letdown they were this first week.
They play the Eagles, no easy opponent.
Yep. But now we have to give out our awards for the week. Best Team of the Week award has to go to the Cowboys. They just look good. Worst Team of the week has to go to the Bengals. We could obviously give it to the Panthers or the Giants.
Other teams, but when it comes to expectations, the Bengals are the worst.
That's what we're looking at with these awards. Like the Cowboys played the best defense in the league, had the best O line against, and they had 5 sacks, I think.
Yeah.
So it's they put up numbers. Bengals did not put up numbers. Speaking of putting up numbers, our Player of the Week award has to go to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. That's actually insane. If you had him in fantasy, you are rejoicing.
Oh yeah, he had a better game than Daniel Jones had last season. Daniel Jones had 2 touchdowns last season. Saquon had 3 today or Friday.
Well, you got to think too. Daniel Jones is injured all of last season too. So
No, he played 6 games, so it counts. Saquon played 1. Saquon is looking crazy. Eagles look good, other than Jalen Hurts. But yeah, and then we'll go. This was your guys' picks for the week. I asked, who do you think was going to win in Brazil? The Packers or the Eagles? 67% of you said the Eagles. My bad. Yeah, 67% of you said the Packers. I can't read.
Okay.
And then I asked on Monday whether you thought the 49ers or the Jets were going to win, and 86% of you said the 49ers would win, and you were right there. It was a correct take. But yeah, that was your guys' takes for the week. If you have any other takes, whether it's who's going to win this game or just like some crazy hot take in the league, say it. You'll be featured on this. I want this to be a little community section. Your comments, your takes, all that's going to be put here. And then
and then we could just trash on it, or we could
agree. Yeah, it's going to be one of the two. So you're playing a gambit. But yeah, I think that is the end, and it sure is. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you watched, subscribe, like, comment. It's free, and we'll love you till the day you die if you do.
It's gonna be one of these every week.
Oh yeah, every week, and a recap that comes out Saturday. You'll see that too, which is we'll explain more when we get to that.
Yeah. Anyways, we appreciate you watching.
Oh yeah, we sure do.
And we will see you in the next one.
Oh yeah, we will. See ya.
Later.